Have you ever stopped to think that what's in your glass could be directly linked to how sharp your memory is or how clearly you see the world? It sounds kind of wild, but today we are diving deep into the science that connects specific juices to our vision and our brain power, especially as we get older.
Wow, this quote, it really hits home, doesn't it? It captures that fear a lot of us have, that slow, creeping feeling of the world just fading out. But what if that fade isn't just about your eyes? What if it's a warning sign for something much, much deeper?
And here it is. This is the big idea, the one thing I really want you to take away today. Your eyes and your brain, they are not two separate things. Nope. They are one deeply interconnected system. What happens to one, you better believe it's happening to the other. This is the foundation for everything we're about to talk about.
So why are they so connected? Well, it's pretty simple when you look at the biology. They literally share the same network of tiny blood vessels. They rely on the exact same antioxidant bodyguards for protection. And they get worn down by the very same inflammatory processes. So you can't just treat one without thinking about the other. They're a package deal. All right, so how do they fight back? Our first solution is all about taking on the biggest enemy of aging, free radicals. And our weapons of choice in this fight? They're delicious. We're talking wild blueberries and Concord grapes. So what is this oxidative stress I'm talking about? The best way to think of it is like cellular rust. You've got these unstable molecules called free radicals just ping-ponging around inside you, damaging every cell they touch. This process is what literally accelerates aging in both the super delicate cells of your retina and the crucial neurons in your brain. Now, you might be asking, why wild blueberries? What's the big deal? Well, it all comes down to a survival story. These little berries grow in really tough, harsh conditions. To protect themselves, they have to produce way more protective compounds, these things called anthocyanins. We're talking double the amount. So when we eat them, we basically inherit that super-powered defense shield. It's amazing. And these compounds, which you find in both blueberries and Concord grapes, are just incredible. They do so much. First, they go in and neutralize those nasty free radicals directly. But then they do something even cooler. They actually flip the switch on your body's own internal antioxidant defenses. They also help your cells' little power plants, the mitochondria, run cleaner and more efficiently. And maybe most important of all, they protect and strengthen those fragile little blood vessels that feed both your eyes and your brain. Okay, moving on to solution number 2, now we're going to talk about building up our internal defenses with some very specific, colorful pigments from plants. We're looking at the power of carotenoids and, of course, the famous curcumin you get from turmeric. We've all heard that carrots are good for our eyes, right? But it goes way deeper than just vitamin A. The beta-carotene in things like carrots and sweet potatoes acts like a literal physical shield. It actually weaves itself into the fatty outer walls of your cells, protecting them from getting damaged, especially at night when your body is in full-on repair mode. And this is where you need a real team effort. See, you can't just have one type of antioxidant. You need fat-soluble ones, like beta-carotene, to guard the oily cell walls. And you need water-soluble ones, like good old vitamin C, to protect the watery environment on the inside and outside of the cell. It takes both working together to create a complete 360-degree shield. Get ready for this number because it is absolutely wild. 2,000%. That is not a typo. Turmeric has this amazing anti-inflammatory compound called curcumin, but the problem is our bodies are just terrible at absorbing it on its own. But if you add just a little bit of black pepper, the piperine inside boosts that absorption by up to 2,000%. It's one of the best biohacks out there. Okay, this is so cool. I want you to think of this as your body's own built-in pair of sunglasses. Seriously, the macular pigment is this tiny layer made of 2 nutrients from leafy greens, lutein and zeaxanthin, and it physically sits in front of your light-sensing cells, protecting them from getting fried. And what does it do? First, it filters out all that harsh, high-energy blue light we get from staring at our screens all day. Second, it neutralizes the free radicals that are created by the simple act of seeing. But here's the part that just blows my mind. Scientists have found that the denser and healthier your macular pigment is, the better your memory is. There it is again, that undeniable eye-brain connection. All right, on to solution number 3. And this one is so important, but often completely overlooked. We're talking about blood flow. I mean, you can have all these amazing nutrients, but if you can't get them where they need to go, what's the point? That's where beet, pomegranate, and ginger come into play. This is so critical to get. Your retina and your brain are incredibly greedy. They are the two most blood-hungry tissues in your entire body. They demand a massive supply of oxygen and nutrients. The problem is, after about age 60, that blood flow naturally starts to decline, which means these vital tissues are slowly being starved.
This is where beets are just brilliant. They give us this amazing biological shortcut. You eat the beet, you get the nitrate. Then, good bacteria on your tongue turn it into nitrite. Your stomach acid turns that into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is the magic molecule that tells your blood vessels, hey, relax, open up. And just like that, you boost blood flow to your brain and your eyes. It's that simple.
Okay, we've arrived at our final, and you could absolutely argue our most important solution. Because everything we've talked about, all that protection, all that repair, it can't happen without this. We have to master our sleep. So let me ask you a question. What's the one natural ingredient, the one master key that controls the entire complex nighttime repair cycle for both your vision and your memory?
And the answer is melatonin. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's the sleep hormone, right? Well, yes, but it's so much more than that. It is the master conductor of the entire nighttime repair orchestra. And you can find it in significant amounts in a surprising place, tart cherries. And just look at everything melatonin does while you're asleep. It's like the MVP of the night shift. It makes sure you get that deep, restorative sleep. It's a powerful antioxidant in its own right. It acts like a garbage crew for your brain, flushing out toxic waste. It even helps you lock in memories. And for your eyes, it prevents that dangerous gunk from building up in your retina.
Okay, so that was a ton of science, but the big question is, how do we actually put all this incredible information into practice? Let's make it easy and lay out a simple weekly juice plan.
Here it is. It's a simple rotation. You hit different juices in the evening to cover all your bases and get that full spectrum of nutrients. But look closely. What's the one thing that never changes? Every single night, before bed, tart cherry and bilberry. That's your non-negotiable. The tart cherry provides the melatonin to run the repair show, and bilberry, which is like blueberry's superpowered cousin, adds an extra dose of those protective anthocyanins. It's the perfect combo to fuel that nightly repair. I just love this quote. It's so empowering, right? It reminds us that our bodies are constantly working to heal themselves. They want to repair the damage. Our only job is to give them the right tools to get the job done. So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought to chew on. The very same nutrients that your eyes are screaming for to repair themselves overnight are the exact same ones your brain needs to take the day's experiences and turn them into long-term memories. It's all one system. It's all one repair cycle. The only real question left is, are you feeding it?